You gotta calm down. Listen to me.
Come on. Hey, come on now. We're trying to get out of there one more time.
To change this situation around. You know, we're in the streets doing the woo-woo-woo, but at the same time, you're not building your community. You're not doing anything for the community. But you sit there and say,
Calvin Ford and Gervonta "Tank" Davis have officially gone their separate ways after decades of working together, ending one of boxing's most influential trainer-fighter relationships. Ford recently explained why it didn't surprise him that Tank recorded the first draw of his career in a fight where Ford had very limited time with him during training camp. According to Ford, preparation and consistency were always central to Davis's success. Having coached Tank since he was a young boy, Ford believes he played a crucial role in developing Davis's skills, mindset, and championship discipline. He suggests that the lack of their usual time together was evident on fight night, reinforcing how important their long-standing partnership had been to Tank's dominance.
Matter of fact, before they stopped it, I said every time
There have been ongoing issues surrounding claims that Gervonta "Tank" Davis failed to pay his longtime coach Calvin Ford. Ford has publicly pushed back against those rumors, emphasizing that his relationship with Davis has always gone far beyond money. He described their bond as one of father and son, saying that sons don't pay their fathers. They take care of them and give them whatever they need. While those financial accusations were largely put to rest, a much bigger issue still lingers: the perceived disrespect shown toward Calvin Ford. For the first time in his professional career, Tank has entered a fight without Ford leading his corner, marking a historic and emotional break in a partnership that shaped Davis from the very beginning.
He just went down. He just, like you said, we looked at 3 rounds. Brian was calling out, yo, I need 3.
It happened for the first time last week, and the result was there for everyone to see. But what truly stood out was Tank Davis's behavior toward his longtime coach, Calvin Ford. During one of the later rounds, Ford warned him to be more careful. Instead of listening, Davis snapped back, yelling, "Calvin, calm down and listen to me." The moment shocked many in the boxing community and was widely viewed as disrespectful. One fan summed up the reaction perfectly, saying, "I pity that man. Tank is so disrespectful and rude, and honestly, he can't do much without Calvin." For a fighter who had never gone into a professional fight without Calvin Ford leading his corner, the exchange raised serious questions about the state of their relationship.
And as someone that's had Tank since basically he was a pup and you've raised him as a boxer and a man, what would you like to see Tank do?
Another fan put himself in Gervonta Davis's shoes and said, "If I had someone like Calvin Ford do for me what he did for Tank, I'd be forever grateful. That man would never lack anything in his life." Others were far less forgiving. One fan strongly condemned Davis's behavior, calling it deeply troubling and labeling Tank as ungrateful. "Tank is wicked. I can't respect someone like that. After everything Calvin did for him, he still acts this way," the fan said. Another pointed out the irony, adding, "Tank calls Calvin his dad, but this is how he treats him." Now, Calvin Ford has finally spoken out and revealed the real issue that led to their split. In a revealing interview, Ford was asked direct and uncomfortable questions about the breakdown of their relationship, and his answers shed new light on what really went wrong behind the scenes.
You know what I'm saying? Tank does that, to get a eyebrow out of people. Like, you know how the Rock, when he put the eyebrow out, and he did get it. That's just like...
You can't just take one side of the story at face value. But if everything being said were true, then Gervonta Davis would seem very different from the incredible boxer Calvin Ford has known him to be. Ford went on to discuss what really happened between them, highlighting the sacrifices he made for Davis over the years. He explained that he has been there to guide and support Tank, fulfilling what he describes as his fatherly duty to watch over him throughout his career, helping shape not just the fighter, but the person inside the ring.
Yeah, everything just happened.
Yes, sir.
Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's all I got to do.
Calvin Ford has said it plainly. "I've done it all. I've given everything. And if he thinks this is what's best for me, then that's fine." What's more striking, he adds, is how silent Tank Davis has remained amid the situation. Unsurprisingly, part of the tension appears to involve Floyd Mayweather, which helped spark the conflict that has been simmering between Davis and Ford. Over time, what was once a close, almost father-son relationship has become strained, with outside influences exposing underlying disagreements.
And I'm like, okay, I feel
Why
you.
would he like him? Why would he like him? He's a great fighter, but he's a horrible, horrible person.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Floyd Mayweather have had a tumultuous relationship, with both men taking steps that seem aimed at one-upping the other. They share several mutual acquaintances, including Leonard Ellerbe and Calvin Ford. For Mayweather, loyalty has been a key expectation. He felt that Ellerbe, having built his relationship with Davis largely through Mayweather, should have shown more allegiance to him. However, when Ellerbe attempted to act as a mediator between Mayweather and Davis, Floyd saw it differently. He wanted Ellerbe to pick a side, and when he didn't, Mayweather decided to cut ties, signaling just how serious he is about loyalty and alignment in his inner circle.
So I'm sure that he ain't gonna change. He's gonna be who he is, and again, he don't bother me. I don't think 2 seconds about none of that because he's not on my.
Similarly, Tank Davis has long expected Calvin Ford's loyalty to be firmly on his side, having worked with him as his trainer from the very beginning of his career. However, while Ford wasn't exactly neutral, Davis felt he didn't go far enough. According to sources, Davis wanted Ford to match the same unfiltered intensity and open criticism he himself displayed whenever Floyd Mayweather's name came up. When Ford didn't fully adopt that approach, Davis saw it as a lack of allegiance and ultimately decided to cut ties with his longtime coach.
Fans watching this would be like, oh, why does Leonard feel this way? Like, I've been covering the sport. I know the relationship, but they're going to be
History will tell you everything you need to know about him.
Following the release of the footage, Calvin Ford addressed the conflict between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta "Tank" Davis during a virtual interview with Fight Hub TV. Ford suggested that Mayweather should feel proud of Davis, noting how Tank had smoothly cruised to his 30th career victory in 30 fights, a milestone that speaks to his skill, discipline, and the foundation Ford helped build.
It's gonna be all right, man. Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But
sadly, Ford says, it's often the other way around. Like I always say, Tank is Tank, he began. But at the end of the day, the man is chasing greatness. That's something everyone should be supporting. I've always said you should be backing greatness, not holding it back.
at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that.
Ford also stated that situations like this often reveal a person's true character, and he believes that was the case with Floyd Mayweather. It's a rocky road, Ford said. Just pay attention. The story will reveal itself. That's how you see people's real colors come out. One fan echoed the sentiment, saying, "This is when a person's true character shows."
It's a rocky road that we said what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story's going to reveal itself. You know, but again, that's how you burn.
Ford added, comfortably, "I don't like using that word, man, but our Lord knows. He knows, he knows." Even as he spoke diplomatically, his words carried a sting that landed on Floyd Mayweather, who has long tolerated little disrespect from Tank Davis and his team. But what has sparked the most chaos between Davis and Ford wasn't the feud with Mayweather. It was Tank's most recent fight, which ended in a majority draw. Boxing fans had hoped that a victory for the WBA lightweight champion would set up a potential unification showdown against WBC champion Shakur Stevenson later this year. That didn't happen. Instead, Davis was held to a controversial draw, with the 9th round drawing the most attention and debate among fans and analysts alike.
I think he got overconfident. I think he was thinking Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how the fight was going to go. The fight went exactly how I said. Exactly.
Tank Davis shocked fans when he voluntarily took a knee and retreated to his corner, though the referee chose not to count it as a knockdown. The fight went the full 12 rounds and ended with the judges scoring 115 to 113 for Davis and 114 to 114 twice, resulting in a majority draw. Had the referee scored that moment as a knockdown, Davis would have lost the fight. While the oversight went unaddressed during the bout, the New York State Athletic Commission is now reviewing the situation. The commission has the authority to retroactively overturn the referee's call from Saturday and potentially change the official result. though such reversals are extremely rare in professional boxing.
And I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds.
World Boxing Association, WBA, President Gilberto Mendoza has confirmed to the ring that he is prepared to push for an immediate rematch between Tank Davis and Roach. The WBA has the authority to order Davis to face Roach again, and failure to comply could potentially result in Davis being stripped of his title. Davis also included a one-way rematch clause in his contract with Roach, allowing him to trigger an immediate rematch if he didn't win the bout. In the days following the controversial fight, both Davis and Roach expressed their interest in a rematch on social media, signaling that the showdown could happen sooner rather than later.
I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Almost everyone in the boxing community agrees that Tank Davis taking a deliberate knee should have been ruled a knockdown by referee Steve Willis. Had it been scored correctly, Roach Jr. would have gained a critical 10-8 round. Instead, Willis didn't call it a knockdown, and Davis was awarded the 9th round 10-9 on 2 judges' scorecards. The fight ultimately ended as a majority draw, with 2 cards at 114-114 and one at 115-113 in favor of Davis. If the knee had been ruled a knockdown, Roach Jr. would have emerged with a split decision victory, claiming Davis's WBA lightweight title and handing him the first professional loss of his career.
You know, when you think about this decision and it being a draw, and you think about what happened in the 9th round, how frustrated are you that that wasn't counted as a knockdown?
As a result, Davis retains his undefeated record, though it now includes a draw. According to a March 3rd post from Roach Jr., he seems confident the outcome could be overturned. Word around the block, y'all see this fight, Roach Jr. wrote in the post. Roach Jr. is expected to formally appeal the fight's result, specifically concerning the non-call on Davis's knee. His post suggests that he has been informed the appeal could potentially lead to the fight being overturned, granting him the victory and handing Davis his first professional loss. That, of course, it's also possible that Roach Jr. is simply fueling discussion around a hot topic. Either way, this story is still developing, and more updates are likely to come as the situation unfolds.
Man, I'm not. Honestly, I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown.